So, this is part 2 of the video on the lesson, Tigrinya lesson that someone requested. They gave me a list of words to translate, and I'm going to do my best to translate them. If you wanted to see part 1, then go ahead and click down below. If you've already watched that, then welcome back, and hopefully this will be comprehensible in some way or another. Okay. So the next item on the list is they are playing, they are busy. So this is for when addressing a group of people indirectly. So they are playing would translate to ይጻወቱ አለው. ይጻወቱ አለው. So ይጻወቱ is playing, they playing, አለው is they are. They are playing. ይጻወቱ አለው. ይጻወቱ አለው. ይጻወቱ አለው. That's the plural masculine. So the plural feminine would be ይጻወታ አለዋ. ይጻወታ አለዋ. So there's a difference in both of the words here. ይጻወቱ አለው. ይጻወታ አለዋ. Simple. Okay. Next item. Stop. Stop could be multiple things. It depends on what the activity is that you're stopping. If you're running or walking, or if someone's running or walking, you would say to them, "Tato bel." So if they're running at you and you want them to stop, you would say, "Tato bel." So that's to a man. And then to a woman, it would be "Tato belly." Tato belly. So tato is the same. Tato means stop, and then the bel and belly is used to differentiate between whether you're addressing a female or a male. So masculine and feminine is the only difference here. But the stop, the phrase stop, tato, stop, makes sense, but you have to attach bel or belly in order for it to make sense, right? Because it depends whether you're addressing a man, a woman, or a group of people. So the word stop, tato, belly, feminine, bel, masculine. Tato, belly, tato, bel. Simple. And then if it's plural, tato, belu. Tato, belu. Tato, belu. The feminine plural would be tato, bela. Tato, bela. Tato, bela. Okay. And then the other phrase for stop, the other word for stop, if someone is like hitting you or pushing you, you want to say stop. So if the word you would use for that in Tigrinya would be gdef. So gdef is again masculine. Gdef, gdef, gdef. So I know it sounds very different when you slow it down versus when you just say it as you naturally would, but it's just something you have to practice to get the hang of. Gdef, gdef. Feminine version, gdefi, 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 gdefi. So gdef, masculine, gdefi, feminine. Gdef, gdefi. Plural, masculine, gdefu, gdefu. Plural, feminine, gdefa, gdefa, gdefa. Okay. And then the other version of stop, I just wanted to give you options for the word stop because there's different ones you can use for different situations. The other word for stop, translation for stop, is a qua r ts. Aquaret. Aquaret. So the R kind of disappears when you say it fast. Aquaret. Aquaret. Feminine. Aquareti. 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 Plural, masculine. Aquaretu. Aquaretu. Feminine, plural. Aquareta. Aquareta. There's a lot of saliva and spit coming at the camera. Hopefully you won't notice, even though I just told you. Aquaretu, plural masculine. Aquareta, plural feminine. Okay. So if you were to use this in a natural speaking tone, if someone is hitting you, it'd be like gudaf, or if a girl is hitting you, gudafi, or if people are just roughhousing around, you would say to them gudafu. So you kind of put emphasis in the oo or the e or the a, so in the vowel. So gudaf. So there's no vowel there if it's to if you're referring to a boy or a man, but to a woman, gudafi. So you can emphasize the ending there. To a group, gudafu. You can kind of emphasize the end there again. So these things take practice, but we're not focused on kind of the pronunciation of things and what situations to say them in. It's more just the translations right now. Maybe in another video we can get into delve deeper or something, but hopefully that's enough to get you going and practicing. The next one is be quiet or be careful. So be quiet. Be quiet is quite simple. Be quiet would be so bel, male or masculine again. So bel. Let's slow that down. So bel. So bel. So bel. So this one's a little hard because when you speed it up, it does not sound at all like the way it sounds when it's slowed down. So it's either k or k. If k is harder to say, you could just say k, because it sounds more like a K, right? But the correct way of saying it is suk. But you could say suk or suk ben. So it's still, comprehensible, but it's not really the correct way of saying it. But until you get to the more difficult way of saying it, where you involve more of the back of your throat, you can just say suk or suk ben. So it doesn't sound like there's anything else after the su, but there is, and that's the which is kind of hard to say. So suk bel is the masculine, suk beli is the feminine, suk belu is the plural masculine, suk bela is the plural feminine. So suk bel, suk beli, suk belu, suk bela. It might be easier to just say it faster instead of trying to understand what's behind the pronunciation sometimes. Next one is be careful. Be careful simply is tatenka. Tatenka. This one's a hard one. Let me slow it down. It's really hard. Just keep repeating that and you'll get it, and then you gotta say it much faster. So you don't hear the at the end because it just disappears. But there's a at the end. But if you say it fast and if you're yelling at someone to be careful, you'd be like Okay, I think that's good enough for now. That's the masculine. The feminine is tatanqi. ተጠንቀቂ 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 masculine plural ተጠንቀቁ 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 things just disappear when you say them faster feminine plural ተጠንቀ can you guess it ቃ ተጠንቀቃ ተጠንቀቃ okay next word is I play soccer, I play basketball. So I'll do the more commonly used one because not a lot of people play basketball in Eritrea, but soccer is a big sport, or football if you want to call it. And the translation really for soccer, the more appropriate translation to Tigrinya is the football one, not the soccer one, because soccer is an American term for the sport, which makes no sense. So what makes sense is football, which means ball, foot, ball, right? Because it involves your foot. That will always piss me off. So to say I play soccer would be ኩዕሶ እግሪ ይፃወቴ. That is, let me slow it down. ኩዕሶ እግሪ እግሪ ይፃወት 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 ኢየ ይፃወት ኢየ. So there's a lot of things that are kind of mixed up from the translation here. ኩዕሶ እግሪ is ball, foot, ball, but backwards. ይፃወት is I play. Iye is part of the I play. ይፃወት iye. I play. ይፃወት iye. And so you can fill that in with anything. ይፃወት iye is I play, and then you describe what you play. ይፃወት iye. ኩዕሶ እግሪ ይፃወት iye. Basketball ይፃወት iye. I don't think there's a term for basketball. I know handball. ኩዕሶ ኢድ is volleyball, but basketball is also a hand sport. So I don't really know, but blank ይፃወት iye. I play blank. Okay? The next word is thank you. This one's a very commonly used one. So the more commonly used one is, or like the less religiously affiliated one, I guess you could say, is yeqanyele. Yeqanyele. Let's slow it down. Yeqanyele. 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 So when it's sped up, again, it sounds different. So it might be easier to just say yeqanyele. 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 So that whole middle portion is gone, but what's in there is the yeqanyele. Yeqanyele. So there's a lot of this that's always in the back that you don't really hear, but when you see the writing, you'll see it, and then you'll be forced to kind of want to say it, but when you pronounce it naturally, it doesn't really, you don't really enunciate that portion. So thank you is yeqanyele, and then the more religious one, I guess, like if you grew up in a Christian home, you would say yemesgen. 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 No, it's not religious. It's just I say it more when I'm like talking to the elderly or like religious figures or someone I highly respect. I would be like yemesgen, yemesgen, or I'd be like thank you very much. You'd be like b'tami yemesgen. B'tami is the very much, and then yemesgen is the thank you. Or like I appreciate it, kind of like I really appreciate that. It's more I appreciate it than thank you, but they can be used both ways. I use them both ways. So the other version of thank you is yemesgen, yemesgen, የመስግን, and then very much would be بطعمي بطعمي የመስግን. Simple enough. Okay. The last item on the list, I'm running out of breath, is I'm going to the park, to the gym, etc. So I'm not sure what park is in Tigrinya. I know gym is, actually I don't remember what gym is. I don't know what gym is actually. Sorry, but I'll tell you how to say the I am going to, because then you could describe anything else you're going to, but knowing that part would really help you in the situation. So I am going to would be blank, wherever you're going, خيد إيه خيد إيه خيد إيه خيد إيه. So before the blank, you would also need to assert where you're going. So the where is answered by saying nab, which is to. I'm going to blank place. Sorry for the change in light, my battery just died. So nab blank khayit iye. Nab blank khayit iye. Let's say I'm going to the store. The store is dukwan, like the general term is dukwan. Nab dukwan khayid iye. Nab dukwan khayide. So again, khayid iye is more like the book from writing to pronunciation, from writing to spoken word pronunciation version. But if you, in the natural way of saying it, and when you say it quickly and as part of conversation, you kind of merge those words. So khayid iye is not something you say, you'd say khayide, 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 khayide. So when you slow it down, it doesn't make sense. You would have to say khayid iye, but sped up in a more natural tone of a conversation, it would be khayide. Nab dukwan khayide. Nab dukwan khayid iye. Nab dukwan khayide. Okay, I think I've said that enough times now. Coffee. Hey guys, sorry for the change in clothing. I'm filming on another day because my battery died, and then I ran out of time as well.